Welcome everybody back to 90 plus. All right, so let's get right to it. The topics today. We've all been waiting for this. The Ballon D'Or. I think we're going to start off by saying what our top candidates are. Just whatever you think, and then let's break them down and see what we think, what we don't, what we agree with, we disagree with. Who wants to start?
I can start. No particular order, but I have actually. I'm gonna just say the order. I have Vitinha at first place. Then second place Rafinha, and then third place Dembele.
Okay, wait, hold on. Back up a little bit. Should we go over the criteria for the Ballon d'Or? Because I have it written down. And I think that'll help us a lot.
Yeah. That's probably what you should start with.
Yeah. So criteria. First of all, the date. So it's from August 1st, 2024 to July 31st, 2025. So at the end of this month, basically the season for the Ballon d'Or is done, which means that there's no more games. Everything's done. Like whatever was played over this last year is what counts. Yeah, let me just read it off. So the Ballon d'Or is awarded based on players' performances across three main criteria: individual performances, team performances, and class and fair play. These criteria are assessed by journalists from around the world who vote for the player they believe has been the best during the preceding season. A more detailed breakdown, just individual performances and impressive character, includes individual skills, goal scoring records, assists, and overall impact on the field. It is also considered the player's decisiveness and impressive character. Team performances and achievements. This focuses on the players' contributions to their team success, including trophies won and overall team performance during the season. And Class and Fair Play Act. This considers the player's sportsmanship, ethical conduct, and overall positive influence on the game. All right.
Yeah, so I'm still at the same. Vitinha first place, Rafinha second, and then Dembele third. Why Vitinha?
Yeah.
What's your main?
Well,
It's the random name in the list.
you think so? No, it's
I agree. I want to get into Vitinha a lot. I think.
yeah. I think just looking at the team performance. I mean, he has Champions League. I mean, he has a treble: Champions League, League One, and then the Coupe de France. And I mean, just as an individual performer, I can understand where he might not have all the goals and assists, but I feel like you have to definitely watch PSG just to see that he really controls the tempo of the team.
Okay, I get that. I was just saying because I feel like the past couple years, or like even decades, the Ballon d'Or has just gone to like probably the player that has scored the most.
Yeah.
So you need to have like those two in order to win.
Well, look at Rodri. How many goals did Rodri? Yeah, how many goals did Rodri have when he?
Look at Modric at Madrid.
Yeah.
He only had like 5 goals and he still won the Ballon d'Or somehow.
And but because he carried Croatia to like the final. Was it?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it was the final against France. Yeah.
But then I guess it comes into like they perform in those key games, and I don't think Vitinha is one of those players that I don't think he's been the deciding player in those games, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to say because he has like so many star players in those teams. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he should be at least in the top 10, but I don't think he should be in the top three.
I feel like he does make a big difference though, because if you're looking back at like the Nations League when they played Germany, he didn't start that game and they were struggling. But then when he went in, that's when they started like actually creating chances and like were able to score and win that game. They came back from losing, and then the final against Spain, he started that game, and I mean they just played really well. So I think he's definitely
Yeah. So
a very influential player.
I think first let's go over his numbers. So 8 goals, 8 assists. He won the Ligue 1, the Coupe de France, French Super Cup, Champions League, and Nations League. So he has the most trophies out of any of the other candidates, which I think is his main argument for why he should win the Ballon d'Or. Uh, I don't think his goal scoring and assist records are too high. So talking on basically the individual performance criteria, I would say that's like not a great, but mid overall.
Yeah.
Team performances and achievements, he has the most, so that's got to be like rated up there.
But so was Nuno Mendes, and he actually did a lot better shutting down Lamar on the final game, the final match. So do you think he deserves it more than Vitinha, or?
I think Vitinha was running PSG's midfield, and he did the same for Portugal. I think Nuno Mendes had probably one of the best performances he's had against Spain, shutting down Lamine Yamal, and that's why he gets a lot of credit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Nuno Mendes over the entirety of the season, I would see him around like, yeah, that's the best player.
Yeah.
So that's my argument for Vitinha as well. I agree with David. Um, is there any reason why you think he shouldn't win it?
Why he shouldn't?
Yeah.
I think yeah, maybe just the goals and assists. But I think we have to really look at his like what he contributes to the teams he plays for. Like he's not supposed to be an attacking player that's a midfielder that's gonna assist a lot and score a lot. You know, he's trying to control the tempo of the game for his team. But I could see the side of other people saying, "Oh no, like how can you know?" I was just looking. So when Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, he did have 12 goals and 15 assists. So I mean, that was better than Vitinha. But
I mean, I think with Roger, the other case that you could make is you saw this season where City didn't have Rodri because he tore his ACL, and they weren't performing. They weren't
yeah,
nowhere near as impressive as they were last. So I think that kind of backs up Rodri's claim. My only argument for why I don't think Vitinha should win it is there's other players that are a little bit more impressive on like the first criteria. And overall, the way that I think about it is you take the three criteria, you give them an overall score, and then you get the one who seems to have the highest average. I think
I'm
Vitinha.
gonna be biased. I mean, I'm gonna be honest too. I'm also biased. I don't want anyone from Barcelona to win it, so I'm gonna put anyone else above them. I also need to be realistic though, and I'm still a football fan, so I'm gonna be fair. I definitely think Rafinha.
I feel like that was the same thing we had with Vinicius last year. We didn't want Vinicius to win, and we're like, "Oh, Rodri saved football," and a lot of people who banter are like, "Rodri saved football,"
Oh, he did it.
because everybody. And honestly, it was because of
Eric just hearing Vinicius be like, I want Ballon d'Or for every game he was playing, and then he got mad at another player. He's like, how many Ballon d'Ors he had?
you know what it was for me? It was it the Super Cup earlier in the year against Barca, where Barcelona was winning, and he went up to Gavi and he's like, "It's okay, but tomorrow I'm Ballon d'Or. I went the Ballon d'Or. I didn't get it." So for me, that was the part that I was like, "Oh." I hope he doesn't.
Anyway, what's your?
Too.
Yeah.
You said what? Oh, that he didn't go.
Yeah.
I was like,
Anyway, what's your
So okay, my top three.
your ranking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one.
Number one, Rafinha.
Okay.
And I understand. Okay, I'm a Barca player. I literally have his
You're not a Barca player. You're a Barca fan.
Barca fan season, and I think taking my bias a little bit of. I think I have him and Dembele like head to head. I do think my bias kind of puts Rafinha a little bit over,
Mm-hmm.
but I also have good explanations for why. I have Dembele second, and then third, I would say Vitinha. And I know a lot of people will have it, and I, as a Barca fan, want to break down why. I think he does.
I do. So
Oh.
my top three, and in order be Dembele. I still think that he should win
Okay.
it. And then Rafinha.
Okay.
And do you guys want to like go into detail why I think they should get it, or should we just wait for it in a second? 'Cause I know you want to continue talking.
Let's talk about Lamine.
Okay.
And I want to talk as a Barca fan why I don't think he deserves it and why I do think he deserves it.
I can tell you why I don't. Yeah, I could. You go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Because
Okay, so first of all, why I don't think he deserves it. Looking at the criteria, individual performance and impressive character, I don't think he has a goal scoring record or the assist because you obviously have someone like Mbappe, someone like Salah, even Rafinha has all has
like
the same
more.
titles and more, right?
Yeah.
So team performance and achievement, Rafinha head to head, but Rafinha already beat him over on the other criteria.
Mhm.
And then you have class and fair play. I mean, the only real problem with the class is the whole thing that came out about his party, and that honestly depends on how you characterize that, whether it's inside of sportsmanship or not. I
Uh-huh.
don't particularly take it. So the reason why I think he shouldn't is I just don't think I think there's other players, again, the clear example of Rafinha, who has the individual performances above. Now I do think he should win it. And this kind of comes down to like, what do we think the Ballon d'Or is? Is the Ballon d'Or really defined by this criteria? Or is the Ballon d'Or like, do you sit down and are you like, this, like, if I'm watching football, this is the best player that I see?
Yeah.
And all honesty, for myself, there's one player that anytime I see him, I'm wowed. That's Messi. There's a second player that every time I see him, I'm like, he is clearly levels above everybody else.
Ronaldo.
And he is just turned 18.
So you're gonna. Oh.
And I think why people get on this topic, and I think this is part of like what Fabio's argument is going to be, is when you see Lamine Yamal play, you're like, dude, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like the dribbles that he's doing, he's taking 3, 4, 5, 6 players at a time. He's shooting great balls.
Mhm.
Go look at all his goals. I recommend all you guys. Go look at all his goals. Cut in, top 90, top 9. Beautiful art. Like I love watching Lamine Yamal. He gives me that Neymar type of presence when Neymar was around. And that's why I think people want him to win it. But just looking at the criteria and being, if we decide that the Ballon d'Or is for someone who's the best soccer player, and we exclude Messi because obviously he's playing against weaker opponents and everything, then yes, Lamine Yamal should win it. But that's not the criteria. The criteria is what we just read, and based on that criteria, Lamine Yamal should be winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I'm gonna let. No, you said you're 3, right?
I said my 3.
Yeah, you had the Milan first. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't.
It's okay. I'll cut you out because I was gonna say just to go off of what you were talking about with Lamine. I think you're right. He's a great player. Even even when Real Madrid played him and any team plays him, I was even like, oh, man, when he gets the ball, like I'm scared, like something's gonna happen, like a goal or assist. But I don't know, man. I think like the Ballon. When you think of the Ballon d'Or, you think of like the best player in the world. And yes, I can definitely see where it's like, he definitely has those moments of like magic. But I also feel like he's very inconsistent. Like, so I mean, he had that like goal draw, which I get. Like, it's not super important because he had assists, but he's also like an attacker who should be scoring. Even like what 4 or 5 months without scoring a goal from like October to like the beginning
In
of
La
March
Liga.
in La Liga. Yeah, and then so just pulling up some stats here. So he had 4 like really important games, right? They had the final Copa del Rey, final Spanish Supercopa. They had, and those two, I mean, it was against a weaker Real Madrid side where he did score goals and assists.
Yeah.
Just a weak Real Madrid side.
Yeah.
But
He's a fraud, dude. He only scores against small teams like Madrid and France.
yeah, I'll agree with you on that for this season. But then because look at UCL second leg against Inter Milan, no goals, no assists, played like 120 minutes. Nations League final.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope, not in the second leg. He had one the first leg, but in the second leg, not one goal or assist.
I do remember that Summer had that like crazy top 90.
Yeah. And then Nations League final against Portugal, 0 goals, 0 assists. So like, how are you gonna be the best player in the world and you're not performing in these?
Did he assist in that game?
So hold on, hold on.
goal nor assist.
Fine. So you're saying how are you going to be the best player in the world but not perform here, right? Your number one candidate is. Oh, okay. Wait. Did Vitinha do anything in the final?
UCL final, he had an assist.
Yeah.
How? So nothing in Nations League.
Nothing in Nations League, nothing in Coupe de France either. I know.
That's a harsh bar to be like, you didn't perform at the top stage, but
that's different though. I think we have to look at other stats for Vitinha, not just goals and assists, since he's playing like a more non-attacking role. Because that's the thing. Again, with Lamine Yamal, he's an attacker.
Yeah.
He's not playing right mid. He's playing right wing.
Yeah.
He's going to score and assist, and you couldn't do that in these important games where you need to do that.
I mean, he did a good amount of games too. It's just the one he didn't do it.
2.
I want to put like a little
2 out of the 4 important games, so 50-50, bro.
So I want to put a little. I want to come back to this exact argument that you're making.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about Rafinha, I want to keep talking about this, but when we talk about Rafinha, I want to circle back to the whole appearing in important moments because I think that's ultimately why I give Rafinha the ball.
Yeah, same.
But
second place, but
Fabio, what's your? Why do you think Lamine should win it?
I have him in second place, so I don't have him as him winning it at the moment, and it's just because I don't want to take it away from Dembele. Dembele has been actually performing really well this season. Well, the second half of the season for PSG, and PSG has also been having a tremendous year. They didn't win the Club World Cup, but like you're runner up, and then it wasn't also like you weren't performing in any of those in any of those games. He was Dembele was performing, he was scoring across both international and league games. He has 33 goals, 15 assists. He won the domestic treble and then the actual like treble with the Champions League. I just think that is something hard to do within 1 year. You're playing like, and also like this player has played probably the most games out of all of them, and he's still performing in those like games. Obviously he didn't perform in the Club World Cup.
Okay, we'll get to Dembele, but I want to circle back to why is Lamine on your?
Right, to cut you off.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
But I'll get to it. But yeah, now Jamal. Jamal has been performing pretty well. 25 goals, 34 assists in both country and Barcelona. Okay. There has been times where he's been having droughts or goal droughts. But at the same time, when he's not having goal droughts, he's providing assists. He might have not scored like 4 or 5 goals in a couple. Sorry, he might have not scored a goal in like 4 or 5 games, but he was definitely assisting. And those assists are also as crucial as goals.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that he has been performing. And also like I feel like the person why Jamal is just catching everyone's attention is because right now we're watching soccer where it becomes so technical that coaches just want you to be so technical about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's giving us like a little flashback of the old time.
Yeah.
When you see him play, you think of Neymar, you think of um Ronaldinho, a little bit of Messi, and then you're
Ronaldo, like I think,
Cristiano
yeah,
Ronaldo.
you think of Cristiano Ronaldo back in his Manchester days, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And that's what's catching up, like what's catching people's attention. They're like, we want to see
flair.
this player. Like we haven't seen something like this in a while. We're getting bored with
Yeah.
just running up the line, cutting and then taking a shot, or just those 1-2s and then finishing, but not like spectacular goals.
Yeah.
So I think that's a reason why Lamine Lamar is catching just everyone's eye and attention. And then I feel like that also feeds into his persona where he's like, I feel like I have to live up to this reputation, which is kind of like feeding into this being an extravagant lifestyle
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which we saw
Yeah.
in players like Neymar and Ronaldinho. Now the thing is, are we gonna see if he tones it down or if he continues, and that's gonna be definitely a factor. Now I have Rafinha, but I think like Rafinha has the hardest hurdle out of both of those two because I feel like Dembele and Yamal are playing in Europe. And this summer, everything has just been circling around Europe,
Yeah.
the European teams and stuff like that.
Mm,
And then Brazil, it's a top team. They haven't been performing well. They have a new coach and stuff like that, but they don't have any competition to
yeah.
actually have Rafinha shine.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any big games or essentially counting for a cup and stuff like that. So I feel like just based on what was happening this year, the Ballon d'Or is favoring a European player like Dembele or Yamal. I do feel like Rafinha was really good for Barcelona. He was stepping up those moments. I remember that game against Celta Vigo when they were 3 down. Um, and then they did a remontada. They got a penalty at minute 92. Rafinha took that ball. He did not let anyone else touch the
Yeah.
ball because he knew that he has to prove himself. And he was like, I'll take all the pressure. If I make this, I'm gonna be like, uh, people are gonna be like, I'm having my best season. If I miss, I'm gonna get crucified.
Yeah.
And he was okay with that. He was like, I'm still gonna take it. I'm gonna provide for my team. I'm gonna do that. So at the end of the day, I still have the million first. Yamal just because of also how he performed for Spain. He did pretty well. Do want to say that I think Spain lost, not based on the players, but on the manager. I think that was the manager's fault. And then Rafinha, but just
Agree.
Rafinha is just because of bad luck that he doesn't have a shine, a place to shine.
So I want to get into Rafinha because that's my top contender, and I want to now circle back to what David was talking about being clutch. I think the clutchest player this season has been Rafinha.
Yeah.
Like the way that I would prove that is he had 5 goals against Real Madrid. Barca had a total of 16 goals. He had 1 goal, 2 assists against Inter. That's in the semifinals. He had 1 goal, 2 assists against Dortmund. That's in the quarterfinals. He has 3 goals, 1 assist against Benfica. That's in the round of 16. And then he had 2 goals against Benfica on group play, which helped them win 5-4 with that last minute like uh
Mm-hmm.
banger that help him get second place. I think if you talk about performances about a guy being like I'm gonna strap the team to my back and I'm him, I think Rafinha's number one,
Yeah,
and that's what the Ballon d'Or speaks to.
Yeah. That's why I have him. I mean, I would even argue like how you don't have him above Lamine, but I also get your take about like it going to like a European player. I didn't think about that, but you're right. I feel like I don't know. Part of me is like saying, the people that vote for the Ballon d'Or are gonna say fuck all these stats, and they're just gonna go with Lamine Yamal. But I don't think he deserves. I think he's great. I think he's
Yeah, I don't think he deserves
like
it yet.
magical, right? But I don't think he deserves it yet. Like if he continues, I mean, don't get me wrong. Next season, he hopefully I mean, I'm a Real fan, man.
Yeah,
But I
that's
hope he doesn't. But I mean, realistically, hopefully he does have a great season, even better season, and then maybe next year he'll deserve it. But this year, I don't think he's there yet.
I think Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world in terms of just skill. But back to that, numbers, performances, consistency. Rafinha has one less goal than Dembele,
Mm-hmm.
10 more assists. And then when you go at standout performances, so Dembele had a goal against Liverpool in what was like the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
He had a goal against Arsenal in the semifinals, and he had 2 assists in the UCL final, which I guess you could say like, oh, 2 assists, you showed up in the biggest moment. Yeah, but PSG went on to thrash 5-0 Inter, so it wasn't like Inter
Right,
was
and contributed two out of those
yeah,
five
but
goals.
it wasn't like Inter was putting on a stellar performance. Like
Yeah.
Inter was lost from the get go, and not to take away that like he still did that, but
I think then the other thing that comes into with Rafinha too, for me personally, is the fair play. Because you've had those moments that people see all over with Rafinha arguing. I told you about this one, the one where he's like fighting with the ref, and then he's like, "Pull up the video, pull up the receipts, bro.
Okay, hold on,
Pull up the
I
receipts."
got a question. How many times have you seen him at like a captain, like an actual captain, where he's like holding his player bags, talking to the ref?
I've seen moments where other people are doing that for him. There was one where even Flick was holding him back, and he put
funny.
and
That's
he put
funny, yeah.
Flick, and
That's
he
funny
wanted
because
to
that's
keep
just what
arguing.
popped up. Rafinha pushes Hansi Flick and Ter Stegen to fight
To fight with the referee. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, where's the fair play?
Hold on.
It's time. I think he's been doing well. Like
Right, but if we're going back to the fair play with,
every
look at that.
does that.
Look at that. Where's
Yeah,
the fair play?
how do we pull it up here? Because
Just drag it. I don't even know if you can show it because it's someone else's video. But
Yeah, really like that. But
It's okay.
I'm like,
I don't know.
it's what
no, and then I don't know if it's that same game, but he's also like arguing with the ref, and I think the ref tells him like, "Oh, like, shut up." Like tells him to shut up, and then he's like, "Oh,
Nope. Wait. I want to bring it back. I know exactly what happened that game. Rafinha was complaining about a call.
yeah."
He goes up to the ref, or like the assistant ref told him like, "You got to shut up." And Rafinha starts going off at the assistant ref, if I'm not wrong, or the ref, one of those two. And he's like, "You can't tell me to shut up. You're no one to tell me to shut up. I'm a player. You're refereeing. Like, don't tell me to shut up."
No, that's not how he says it though.
Bro.
That's not how he says it. They literally put the audio, bro. I'm about to show you the look at it.
No, pull up the receipts. It was against Betis for anyone wanting.
Vamos a jugar. Que te calles. Te tienes que callar tú. Que te calles. Tú no me vas a callar. Tú no me vas a callar.
Okay,
No me voy a callar.
wait for it. He says, "La concha de tu a madre." No mames, güey. Red card right there, boy. Talking about nah. Fair play got out the window.
No. For non-Spanish speakers, he literally said, "You're gonna shut up," and he's like, "You're not gonna shut me up." That's what he was saying. And then he said, like, "Your mom's cooch," but
Yeah, that's not right. Like
here's the thing. Also, like for La Liga,
bro, and then, hold on.
for me,
Not even that, bro. He's not even arguing with the actual ref. He's arguing with the sideline, bro.
okay, I would say I see your point of like that's not the most fair play. That's not the best thing that you want to see from your captain. 100% agree. And I see why you're saying like, oh, that takes away. But then I go back to it and it's like, okay, so are you gonna put this one instance of like fair play
Yep. All right, Fabio, your turn.
over the clutch factor? And that's what's crazy for me. I can't sit here and talk about soccer and be like, I'm happy that Dembele won the Ballon d'Or when I think it's an award that should go to a clutch player, and I don't think Dembele's clutch. And maybe I'm biased because with Barca he wasn't clutch, and I don't think he's clutch with PSG either. I think he's a great player. I think he's phenomenal. I think this season he was top 10 in terms of records and assists and all that. Great. I don't think he's him. That's my argument against Dembele. That's it. Maybe it's hate, but
okay. All I gotta say is like you're saying all this stuff, but like you were essentially defending Bellingham when he was out here cursing straight up.
yeah. Hold on. See,
Yeah. Okay.
because you had Bellingham screaming at the ref in English, "Fuck off."
And he got a red card, and he's not a contender, and he's not in my top to be Ballon d'Or winner.
That's because he had a BS season.
What I'm trying to bring up is that this happens to everyone. Because then you're not bringing it up when Luis Enrique wanted to fight the players after losing against Chelsea.
Because he's not one of the contenders for the Ballon d'Or.
You see the Bale over there trying to separate the fight.
Right, but he's also
No,
not
no,
there
yeah,
fighting.
yeah. No.
But he's also not there fighting.
Where's fair play in
Well,
that?
he's supposed to be like the captain, and like when you're supposed to be standing up there, and there's been times where Rafinha's over there trying to like stop.
But he's not the captain for PSG. Who's the captain for PSG? Yeah, it's Marquinhos, bro. Right, that's why. Like, I think that's totally different instances, bro. Like,
But then you see other PSG players trying to stop the fight, and then where do you see them?
look, man, I have Rafinha in second place. You have him in third. Why are you arguing with me about the fair play?
Come on, man.
You're arguing with me about fair play, bro. I'm just trying to.
What I'm trying to say is that you're bringing up this one moment for Rafinha when every player has.
Right, because them. Okay, but that's different. Like, every other player has been punished in that moment. Okay, players, not talking about Luis Enrique, but Bellingham, when he said that, he's gotten yellow cards, red cards. I think Rafinha didn't get a card at all that game when he said that.
Yeah, one red card.
Yeah, but we're not
I've
talking
said
about
that like 10, 20 times.
I
see.
see what you're saying, but I think that the argument's turning into like, well, you're a Madrid supporter, so you like Bellingham, but Bellingham's not in this conversation.
Yeah,
so
he's not in this
so we
conversation.
can't really use this
No, but I'm trying to say it's something that happens, and something that like at the end of the
Yes.
day we do have to take a look at it, but also like how many times that happens.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I think you also have to be. You have to think. I'm a Ballon d'Or contender. I need to be.
Hold on, because I want to talk about how you were crying that Vinicius didn't get the Ballon d'Or last year. He's the most unfair player out there. So
Yeah.
You can come tell me like, oh yeah, Rafinha screaming at the ref once. Bro, you have Vinicius going like, we have 15 champions. Look at me. Oh
Well,
my
he's
God.
stating facts.
Oh,
He's
hold on,
stating
hold on,
facts.
Hold on. Hold on. I just want to play soccer. I don't know why they hate me against Atletico Madrid. What is that? Like, what do you mean?
Okay, but when he didn't win, I was like, okay. Once I found out that they didn't choose him because of the fair play, I was like, okay, I can't even argue that because it's.
Nah.
I'm not arguing that. I could probably pull up more Rafinha moments. You want me to look them up, bro?
You could pull up any player's moment. Like you could pull up even Ronaldo too. Like good ass player, does well.
Yeah.
Win the Ballon d'Or.
Ronaldo
And
don't
then
won the-
somebody's mic at a pond.
Dude, I remember Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or after a season in which he kicked the defender in the box. He was walking off. Not only like he was walking off and like dusting the Club World Cup like crest or whatever, and he kicked the defender in the box and he still won the Ballon d'Or. So, and I get it, like,
But I think it's so different though. It's one thing to like, I don't know, because then we could talk about Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal has a lot of moments where he does stuff that's like I don't know, even like the post he makes.
yeah, but that's outside. Of
Yeah, but that
that's
no,
outside
well,
of
no,
football.
because they're talking about football.
So
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
No, let me say it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, I think to me it's very different, like doing motions and like gestures versus like you're actually cursing someone out, like Rafinha did to that ref. It's a very different instance to do like this, like I don't know, and I get what you mean, and that's the other thing I'm saying is the Ballon d'Or is very like
What?
Just effort. Just give
Yeah.
it to Messi.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Just give it to Messi,
bro.
give it to Ronaldo.
I wouldn't say that.
What do you mean? He had a goal and assist in the Nations League.
That's all he's
What
had.
did Messi do in the Nations League?
he had.
Oh yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play in the Nations League. Oh.
For the Club World Cup.
He said, no, hold on.
I heard
Hold on. No. You just said, hey, play roll it back.
Lamine Yamal and
No, hold on.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
You just said-
same stats. Club World Cup.
No, wait, you know what you just said? When we said Messi, you said, what about the World Cup? Bro, the World Cup was so long ago.
Club World Cup.
Oh, okay. No, at first you said World Cup.
Nah.
Hey, watch the tape.
okay,
You said
watch
World
it,
Cup,
watch
and then
it.
you guys said Club
Guys,
World Cup.
roll it back. But all right, I bring it back to everything. So I think from all of us, the one-ish player that definitely I think we okay. Here's what I want to ask. We got Dembele.
Mm-hmm.
Me and David agree. Vitinha, Fabio kind of disagrees.
Yeah.
But let's add all the players that we have. So you have Dembele, Vitinha, Rafinha, correct?
Mhm.
Top three. I have Dembele, Rafinha, Vitinha. Swap. You have Dembele,
Rafinha,
Rafinha,
Yamal.
Yamal.
Jamal.
So 4 players. Dembele, Rafinha, Vitinha, Yamal. Serious question. Ballon d'Or night. And I think it'd be fun, like maybe we do a little live stream or something of the Ballon d'Or. That'd be kind of cool. But come Ballon d'Or night, if any of those 4 players win it, would you be able to sit down and be like, they don't deserve it?
Yeah. Lamine Yamal.
Fabio? If any of those four players that we talked about today win it, would you be like they didn't deserve it?
Like, let's say, I
Not
think,
not that someone deserve it more, but you would say like they didn't deserve it.
like Vitinha, for example, he's not on your list.
Yeah.
Like
No.
Vitinha win one.
Would you be like he didn't deserve it?
Well, he's not on this, so yeah.
So you don't think he deserves it?
Right, but we're saying like, come that day, if he wins it, are you gonna be like, no, what the hell? Like, you shouldn't have won it.
Oh, I personally, I don't think he deserves it, but he does have like the right to win it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He has the stats, he has the cups, he has the playing mentality, like the playing achievement, to in order to deserve it. Do I think he deserves it? Realistically, no. I think Hakimi probably played better than him.
Well, but ultimately, the reason why I was asking this question is because I think it'd be interesting to get into those candidates who were like, I don't think they deserve it at all. Because if I sit down and come Ballon d'Or night, any of those four pulls up the Ballon d'Or, I'm not going to be like, it was robbed, they didn't deserve it. I think all four of those players, including Lamine, if he wins it, I would understand.
I just feel like there's so many other players above Lamine Yamal that deserve it. Not that many much
Yeah.
players, but I feel like, I don't know,
Sure.
Salah could be,
I
Uh-uh.
mean,
Mbappe,
No.
not Mbappe.
Ronaldo.
No.
So
So,
what did Mbappe do? Just
The-
win the Pichichi and that's it?
In a struggling Real Madrid team?
so Mbappe was
Bro.
the bright spot of a struggling Real Madrid team. The reason why I don't think Mbappe deserves it is if you go back,
Yeah,
just like you're gonna say like, oh, Lamine doesn't deserve it because he didn't have all these like
yeah, he
numbers.
doesn't have the team.
Mbappe doesn't have the numbers.
Yeah, he doesn't have the team awards. I get you.
Do
Yeah.
I think he was fair play? I don't think there was an issue.
No, I feel like he was, yeah.
And honestly, like he's the one.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's missing one part of the
Yeah.
criteria that, Lamine Yamal is missing,
Yeah,
like, it's,
right. So I understand what you're saying, and I like Mbappe. I think Mbappe's amazing. Like he's a great player, but I
I guess we'll see what happens. When do they announce it?
think it's in October.
Also, just to put out there, the Bella has been sent off for Garcia anyway.
When, though?
Was it this year?
Uh,
Because that's
no, not so
September.
he got sent off on 2019.
Okay, bro.
No,
Bro, talking about 6 years ago.
Bro.
Bro was still playing in the academy.
Finished.
It's like, hey, bro.
November 2024, so it's actually counting towards.
Wait.
A yellow card for what?
Yeah,
19?
separately in November 2024, the Bella received a yellow card for dissent in the UEFA Champions League match between his current team and Bayern Munich. So that was for essentially conflict with the ref and stuff like that. Well, like if you
But I think that's also different, though, because nowadays, I mean, you could go up to the ref and be like, you could say, like, you don't agree with them, and they'll tell you, like,
Yeah.
stop arguing. You keep arguing, and they give you a yellow card. But it's like, did he, like, curse at the ref? Did he, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Tell
guess.
La
guess
concha
we-
de tu la madre? Did he say that?
you never know. Maybe
I doubt it, because I don't think he speaks
So, yeah. Without all that being said, the Ballon d'Or celebration will take place September 22nd in Paris, which I think brings up another reason. I
Oh,
feel
that's
like,
for my birthday.
yeah,
So I hope the minions. Please, for my
I
birthday.
feel
wish.
like another big reason that could be a talking point, and this is more to get into like the morbid side of things. The Ballon d'Or, as the name suggests, is a French celebration of soccer. Like it is, why am I blinking? L'Equipe that gives up the
Oh, like the French
Yeah,
reporting.
yeah.
Yeah, journalists. Yeah.
French, like very important French media. Anyhow, the point is, I've been seeing this a lot in social media about how like the French love to give it to their players. Like obviously
Yeah.
a French player hasn't won it in a minute. Mbappe was supposed to be the next player to really be important on this, and he wasn't. So with that being said, I do see.
Dembele.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you, like you said, if you think about, even like how Fabio said that, looking at how they might pick a European player just because thinking of like country-wise competitions for their country, like, Rafinha didn't have much going on with Brazil. And yeah, even thinking about that, how it is like the French, like journalists, I do see
think-
Dembele winning it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think Dembele is the most likely to win it because of everything that we've talked about. I hope Rafinha does. Fabio hopes. Dembele does. I think. Yeah. So we'll see.
These Barcelona fans sad as hell. That's what I live for, bro. I just hope a Barca player doesn't win so I can come in here and laugh at y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid players though.
I think it'll be interesting to see. I know Mbappe is going to be the top place from Real Madrid. I just want to know how high he places. I think he places top 10.
Who, Mbappe?
Mbappe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to admit, bro, he was great. There was a game against Barcelona where he scored the hat trick, no? And it was like only one guy doing that thing. And like,
With this, the Cactus Jack.
yeah, like you gotta be honest too. Like he was great.
Yeah,
I get that Real Madrid didn't do great this season, but he did. You know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that basically brings us to a wrap. Any closing thoughts?
Nah, I keep this video short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
short and sweet. Well, I guess we'll see. September 22nd. We'll see who's right, who's wrong. Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think?
Who should win it?
Yeah. Who shouldn't win it? But anyhow, thanks. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.